You know, this whole situation with the BBC has been going on for years. I mean, do you guys remember when the BBC in 2017 made a cartoon which was basically inserting black people onto literally every European people? Not only the Romans, which once again, of course, if you have a Roman soldier and he's black, of course that was a thing. But this was insane. This was literally every other shot. There was a black Anglo-Saxon, a black Roman, a black this, a black that. It was literally, and having then the BBC historians defending, even though it was complete nonsense. Then there was the BBC broadcast, again, children's program. Did you notice that? It's always children claiming that black people built Britain. Then there was the time when they did brilliant black British history, where once again everyone was black all the way back into the Stone Age. Then there was the time when the BBC created a plaque to mark earliest black Britain, and it then had to remove it because they were wrong, and it took them 5 years. So wait, if you lost this one, at one point there was DNA analysis that seemed to suggest that there was an early Briton who was black, or at least half black. But they were wrong. They were wrong. It was a girl with blonde hair and blue eyes, as they find out with the new DNA analysis, but they couldn't wait for that, and they had to make a plaque to celebrate the earliest black Briton, and then it took them 5 years after they got debunked to actually remove it. Also, do you remember when there were the BBC News executives step aside because of PDF file scandals? Oh my gosh, this website is satanic. As we read, 2 BBC News executives resigned on Monday pending the results of an internal investigation into the alleged cover-up of 2 PDF file scandals. Day after the network's Director General George Entwistle quit, BBC News Director Helen Bowden and her deputy Steve Mitchell were asked to, open quotes, step aside, but said they, open quotes, expect to then return to their positions, close quotes, after an initial inquiry. The executive's shake-up comes amid a ballooning scandal over the accusation that the BBC canned an investigation by its news site, Current Affairs show, into late children's TV star Jimmy Savile. Savile allegedly, okay. Then there was the whole scandal, I swear, with the BBC. I've been telling you that the BBC are evil for a decade, and you're always, no, you're biased, no, BBC, okay. Well, then we've got this in 2025, if you missed it. BBC Director General and new CEO resign over Trump documentary edit. Now, I would like to underline before you say, oh, well, yeah, Metatron, but this is probably some right-wing, super biased, ultra-conservative website you're reading. No, I'm reading the BBC itself. So this is, okay? So this is the BBC speaking about the BBC, and they're admitting that there was systemic editorial bias against the Trump administration and against Trump. But you know, for someone like me who really, really, really loves the truth, I wouldn't even care if this was bias, systemic editorial bias against Kamala Harris or Biden or Stalin. How about the truth? How about we don't use the resources we have, pretend it's news or journalism, and then actually push propaganda to attack the opponents or the people they consider to be opponents politically, even if it means at the expense of the truth? How about for a second? No, is that asking too much? The BBC's Director General Tim Davie and Head of News Deborah Turness have resigned after criticism that a Panorama documentary misled viewers by editing a speech by Donald Trump. You know, if whoever it is, in this case it's Donald Trump, if you think that Donald Trump is a absolute monster, then don't edit anything. Whatever he will say will be so bigoted that it's gonna deconstruct itself. If you need to edit the speech in a way that makes it sound like he's saying something he isn't, then we've got a journalism issue here, do we? Davie, in the job for 5 years, had faced increasing pressure over a series of controversies and accusations of bias that have dodged the public broadcaster. So in other words, this isn't just about Trump, guys. This is about who knows. The Telegraph published details of a leaked internal BBC memo on Monday that suggested the Panorama program edited 2 parts of the US president's speech together, so he appeared to explicitly encourage the Capitol Hill riot of January 2021. Man, that is absolutely insane. So this isn't like, oh, he said something that we're going to edit it in a way that it makes it sound someone says something racist, or someone said something hateful, or someone said something incorrect factually, because these are all things that can be used by propaganda media to worsen the perception of any candidate on any side. No, this is something criminal. Like this is or whatever you think about what happened at Capitol Hill riot. Personally, I haven't studied it. So I haven't got a clue, and I don't trust anyone. I can tell you that much, as you could see. So I don't trust sources until I actually put a week of deep research into what actually happened. I haven't got a clue. Okay? But the reality is that they edited it, allegedly, in a way, basically to make it sound like what he did was criminal. And this is insane. UK political leaders expressed hope that resignation would lead to change, while Trump welcomed the decision. It is unprecedented for both the Director General and the head of BBC News to resign on the same day. Right, but whoever it is that took their places, if it's another puppet, it won't make any difference now, will it? It's not the single cell that matters. It's the cancer itself. Announcing the move on Sunday evening, Davey said, like all public organizations, the BBC is not perfect. Oh, shut up. This isn't about being perfect. This is about journalistic integrity, which should be a given into any journalistic body. This isn't about being perfect. This is insane. And it's not like, as I said, it's not like it's a new thing. The BBC has been pushing propaganda like absolute maniacs for years. And we must always be open, transparent, and accountable. Okay, you haven't been either of these. Nothing. While not being the only reason, okay, great. That doesn't sound great. The current debate around BBC News has understandably contributed to my decision, right? So did he speak on a video? Let's have a look. Let's see from the man himself. Let's hear from the man himself, I guess.
Tim Davies' 5 years at the top of the BBC came to an abrupt end late on Sunday with a resignation letter. Overall, the BBC is delivering well, it said, but there
arguable, debatable.
have been some mistakes made, and as Director General, I have to take ultimate responsibility.
Oh, wow, so honourable. Bro, a mistake is I put mayo instead of ketchup in your sandwich. That's a mistake. These are not mistakes. This is a systematic bias into pushing propaganda and lies in order to foster a political ideology, in fact, a series of.
His tenure was tumultuous, to say the least, with the UK's world-renowned public broadcaster lurching from crisis to scandal, scandal to crisis.
BBC.
The final straw was a BBC Panorama documentary aired just before the 2024
Goodness gracious, why am I watching in 240?
US presidential election. It spliced together parts of the speech Donald Trump gave to protesters on the day they stormed the US Capitol and made it sound like he was encouraging the violence. A former advisor to the BBC accused it of serious and systemic bias over this and other scandals. On Truth Social, Donald Trump said the top people in the BBC, including Tim Davie, the boss, are all quitting, fired, because they were caught doctoring my very good, in brackets perfect, speech of January the 6th.
Always a champion of humility, is he?
And these are very dishonest people who try to step on the scales of a presidential election. The BBC's funding model, as a UK TV owner, you have to pay a licence fee whether you watch the BBC's content or not, has always made it a lightning rod for criticism. To those on the right, this place is stuffed full of liberals. To those on the left, the BBC has always been too willing to give the government a free pass on things like Gaza and its relationship with Israel.
Wow.
It was a scandal.
Everybody hates them. Everybody, at least there we go. We found something we can all agree on. The BBC sucks. How about that? He didn't say what far centrists think about it, though. Those centrists. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Scandal and BBC apologies surrounding a BBC documentary on Gaza that was the last major crisis for Tim Davie. He exits, followed by his head of news, Deborah Turness. Two massive heads.
I do like what they're doing with the place, though. All that blue lighting, I love it. Maybe the building right next to it might need to spruce it up a little bit.
Have rolled as a media behemoth that finds once again that it is the story. Rory Challens, Al Jazeera, London.
It is the story indeed. Story of shit. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. It's nonsense we have to deal with BBC. Goodness gracious. I'm actually gonna check it because I know Bo has talked about it. By the way, we're gonna do a collaboration with Bo this Friday, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna come out soon.
Bo,
Yeah.
have you seen that the BBC decided that it was a great idea to invite illegal immigrants, literally illegal immigrants,
Oh my God.
into the audience on Question Time to lecture and add to the discourse about immigration?
I swear.
Because that's a thing now, apparently.
No, I did not see that. That passed me by. So, what on earth?
Yeah. It sounds almost. I mean, it is quite surreal, isn't it?
Hmm.
The BBC wanted to invite illegal
It
immigrants.
actually is surreal because then the authority will be like, okay, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Now the authority is going to get you deported right away. It's like literally a smack in the face of every legal immigrant like me making sacrifices to come into a country legally. Now give him a microphone, will you?
To convey a message to add to the discourse
Bigotry.
on migration. I mean, it's
Bigotry.
mental. What are we going to be doing next? Are we going to be inviting rapists to have a conversation about, to add to the discourse
Terrorists? Oh, we already do that, Hassan Piker.
about sexual assault? I mean,
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Classic BBC. Could it get more subversive? Could it be more subversive? Could it work any harder against our interests?
yeah.
Is that real? Is this really real? It almost sounds like it's not real,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it's completely real. The one on the right
Yeah.
is an Iranian.
Okay.
And was basically asked, like, well, why don't you go home? Doesn't want to go home because he's raising his daughter to speak English.
Right.
You can do that in Iran.
Well,
You can
surely it would be better for his daughter to learn native homeland anyway, right?
Yeah, right, yeah. Why do you need to learn English? You shouldn't be living here. Don't need to know English, do you?
Yeah. What's worse than that? One of them had actually been rejected by 6 different countries.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
I know, of course, the UK. Sorry.
His
To know English.
countries.
Oh, yeah, and of course the UK is like, oh, please come in. Yeah, let me give you a microphone. I wonder why he was rejected. Rejected?
Great.
And just openly admitted to it as well.
What?
Oh, yeah.
This is pretty mad.
Yeah.
Pretty mad.
Yeah, genuinely pretty insane. Not only that, I think it was this one on the right here, looked like he was wearing an earpiece, although the photo's quite a bit low res. It's a bit difficult to really tell. Who knows, right? But it's a bit sus regardless. And what's equally sus is this one began
So like he was told what to say, was he?
to lecture people about the European Court of Human Rights, that we shouldn't leave it. Obviously, it's funny that. And also made mention of like the Northern Ireland Protocol as well. Like
Oh yeah, I'm sure that this guy that's that's the first thing in his mind. Oh yeah, if they give me a protocol, that's what I'm going to talk about. The Irish
Iranian illegal immigrant knows about the European Court of Human Rights and the Northern Ireland Protocol. Brilliant. Like, that sounds very sus. That sounds
like he's
definitely
been
like
Yeah,
definitely.
it was given like, hey, we won't do anything to you, but you have to say this. In return, then we won't give you to the authorities. You won't be deported. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it, but you have to push our message. Man, that is so dishonest. That's a BBC.
Definitely like he's being coached.
Of course he's being coached.
I wouldn't put it past him. If the whole thing is contrived anyway,
Yeah.
the whole thing is a conceit anyway by BBC producers, then yeah, why not? If you've got them in the first place as a pure contrivance, yeah, why not coach them a little bit and say this, say that?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Wouldn't put it past them. The question time for many, many, many years has been a cesspit, hasn't it? Or the audience of it has been a disgusting cesspit. If I was a politician or a public figure or anything, and I was invited to go on there, I'd be like, no. Same if I was invited to go on Channel 4 News and talk to Christian Gary Murphy. It's like, no.
You know what? I would. I would absolutely go and make them regret it. Make them regret it. Cut. Like, I would imagine, like, they ask me a question thinking that I'm going to be all moderate about it. Then I would tell them the actual factual truth, the one they don't want to hear. And I imagine the producer, cameraman going like, got it. But I'm going to do it live. Ooh, you better not invite me because I'm going.
You go fuck yourself. I'm not talking to you. Why would I talk to you? Why would I walk into the belly of the beast and be set up by you pack of mugs? Get fucked. But
I do understand the sentiment, though.
Yeah, it's just one more nail in the coffin of the BBC. Hopefully.
I would go there and talk about the greatness of European people. That's what I would do. The strength of the West, the power of traditional values.
Yeah, it's genuinely pretty mental. So a few things here, right? The party today escalated its row with a broadcaster following last night's Question Time programme, in which two former self-professed illegal migrants were asked about their views. They're not former illegal immigrants. They're here. Yeah. They entered illegally. They are illegal immigrants.
Of course.
You don't become... You don't... It's not how it works.
Yeah. Technically, some people might have an adjustment of status. That is a part of the legal process. It's something that can happen, but only under very, very limited circumstances. Like you have to have someone who, whatever, like employs them, or like that. There have to be situations that allow for that. It's not impossible. But usually it's people who, sorry, I have to correct myself. It's usually people who enter the country by something else, and then that it's still legal, and whether it be tourism or whether it be anything else, like something else that has a limited time visa, and then they do an adjustment of status before the end of that time, so that by the time that, your curfew ends, and in theory you should exit, but you adjusted your status through the legal system, and then you can be. But in this case, if they just entered illegally, can you even do an adjustment of status if you enter actually legally? Probably not. So at the end of the day, he's right.
You entered illegally, therefore you are and will always be
right
an illegal immigrant, in my eyes anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Mr. Youssef said that before his appearance, Twitter users had joked that the BBC would probably invite small boat migrants onto the programme. Staggeringly, they did.
Yeah, don't put it past them. Don't put it past them.
Which I mean, they're beyond parody at this point.
It is, yeah.
And so Mr. Youssef, Zia Youssef, has said it's a scandal that license fee money is being paid to bring to air an immigration special where people who literally broke into the country are getting to air their views. Yeah, they don't...
It's basically saying, break the law. Who cares? You won't have any repercussions. It's an encouragement to break the law, which at the end of the day, when it comes to illegal immigration, free flower people, I think that's exactly what they want. That is the message they want to convey.
They shouldn't have the franchise. They shouldn't have a say on discourse at all.
Yeah.
Not even remotely.
I mean, I kind of despise Zia Youssef, but he's not wrong there.
No, I don't like him either. But no, he's right. He is right.
He's not wrong. I mean, as much as I dislike and distrust the man, a fair few things he says are spot on. Right? Again, credit where it's due. Yeah. I don't have to particularly like you or be your backer to admit when you say something that's true. And he does say things that are true.
Man, isn't it?
He's given a bit of it, probably because he himself is of foreign extraction. He's like Nigel's token brown person or whatever. He's given a little bit more leeway to say things that are a bit more based that Nigel probably doesn't want to necessarily himself go on record, go in front of a camera and say, but he'll let Zia do it. But well,
there is always a double standards anyways. There are things, there are words that some racial groups can say and others can't, which is insane. I mean, we'll be laughed at in 1,000 years if the world is still around. The people that come back, they will look back at our history and then be like, could you imagine that? Like these people after 2,000 years from the birth of Christ, but in general, the 10,000, 12,000 years of civilization still haven't figured out. It's unbelievable that one race group can do something and the other race group can't. They freaking laugh at us.
It's a lie. Where's the lie?
Yeah. So Mr. Youssef was asked by Fiona Bruce whether he would deport a man who had said he had come from Afghanistan. And it was like, yes.
Yeah.
The migrant Ashraf revealed that his asylum application had been rejected by 6 other countries.
Let me see. Turkey, Macedonia, Serbia, Romania, Austria, and Germany. At this point, yeah, Where is it? By the United Caliphate? It's, yeah, come on in.
Before he came into Britain, he said he had lodged unsuccessful asylum claims in Turkey, Macedonia, Serbia, Romania, Austria, Germany. Germany accepts the world's detritus. So
true.
I mean, that's bad if they rejected you. These countries.
Sorry.
And they don't tell you why. We need to know why. The public, particularly if you're in Britain, deserve to know why was he because if it's a matter of public safety, as it very well may be, we need to know. The public needs to know. Citizens deserve to be protected. They deserve safety. They should be given priority over any of these clowns that want to come illegally. So if he's been aired, his face is aired, we need to know why. The public deserves to know.
Just gonna say, imagine being rejected by like the likes of Serbia and Romania.
Mm-hmm.
And Germany. Germany does accept just anyone.
Yeah, at this point, Romanians are based. Serbians based.
Yeah.
These countries just rejected me and didn't accept me. They don't have to. Asked why most small boat migrants are men coming without their families, the Afghan said, "Everyone knows my country is not safe for us. We have a war of 15 years. That's the non-answer, you bellend.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in a war. Because of that, we come here and I just want to live." So he didn't answer because you can't answer because you know it looks bad. This is the Afghani guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Yusuf replies and says, "I don't."
You know, here's the thing. If you say, "Hey, I'm fed up with what they're doing back in my country," then you have to be transparent and honest about it. Because I understand it. I understand human suffering and I sympathize with it. But it needs to come with something like this. A cry for human suffering needs to be followed by transparency and honesty. Because otherwise, I don't believe for a second that you're actually not going to bring the same stuff to me into my country. So the reality is, someone who says this, he needs to be honest about why. Why? Well, because these countries have Islamic regimes. So when I come to this country, I want to embrace this country. I want to assimilate. I want to come in legally. I want my children to be, and of course, if you want to become a refugee, for instance, if you don't have an ability to gain a visa for work, for instance, and stuff like that, then you say, I want to be apply as a refugee because I'm afraid. But okay, but make sure you come here and you westernize. You learn the language. You teach your children to reject everything that brought violence and suffering into your country. Come to this country with respect. Come to this country because you want to be proactively a positive addition to the country, not because you want to start it all over again here. That's the thing. That's the thing.
I don't know enough about that individual story, but in terms of broad strokes, let me be clear. If you're entering a war zone, it's generally men first. And if you're fleeing a war zone, it's generally women and children first.
True.
And the vast majority of people coming to this country via the English Channel illegally are men. It's a statistical fact.
Mm-hmm.
And when people talk about language, I don't know what language they're objecting to. I'm dealing with statistics. I'm dealing with data. And I think that's a sensible way to formulate policy. And I think we should use language clearly and accurately, which is
of course.
Perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
No issues with that statement at all. And then, you know, the Iranian guy, I've got to read some of this out because I mean it's so mental, you know.
Right, let's see.
We don't typically just read stuff from articles here on this channel, but I do actually have to read this because it's so mental. It is beyond parody.
Let's see.
Okay.
So the Iranian guy said, "I just want to clear up that leaving the convention, the European Court of Human Rights or Convention of Human Rights, doesn't just affect migrants. It would give ordinary people one less court to protect their rights. The government would risk the peace settlement in Northern Ireland and damage our security cooperation."
An Iranian guy saying that. An Iranian refugee saying
This is
that.
an illegal Iranian immigrant saying that.
Oh my God.
That's definitely coached,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's super.
Yeah, I swear the BBC hates you. If you are the audience, they absolutely do not respect you if they're willing to manipulate everything in order to dishonestly make you think that what's happening on screen is what is not. Like, they don't respect you. This entire corporation should fall to the ground, and then you should build from the rubble. Switching the CEO is nothing because it is rotting inside.
For sus to use those specific words.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My spidey sense is tingling there. There's no way he hasn't been told to say those specific words. I would have thought.
He probably doesn't even know what they mean.
So he asked if he would be happy to return to Iran if it became safe again. He said there's 2 points. If physically Iran is safe, if there's a regime change, okay, that is safe for people like me to go back to Iran. But the second thing is, for me, I have a 4-month-old daughter who she is born here and growing up here.
Anchor child.
Learning English, learning how to read and write English. She won't know how to read and write Farsi or even speak Farsi.
4 months? So that's
4 months! The way you said it. Oh my gosh, 4 months.
bullshit. You're not reading and writing. You're not even talking at 4 months.
Yeah, to be honest, you're very well within the critical theory, the critical... Oh my gosh, yeah, this is ridiculous.
You're not even talking at all.
If it was a 10-year-old daughter, it would be a completely different discussion. Oh my gosh, the stupidity is unbelievable.
Cheers, mate.
At 4 months. 4 months is still a tiny, tiny baby. You're not... what fucking hell? What a joker. These people.
Yeah.
Get out of my country.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of my country. Jesus Christ. Gross.
Also, you know why it's gross? Because they're using the sympathy that you may have for a child as a way to manipulate you into allowing them to break our laws. No, the laws are for the protection of the children in this country. First and in that country, in this country, in any country, first and foremost, from people who aren't vetted. And when someone is unvetted, I don't know if it's a threat or not. And that uncertainty is what no government should choose to embrace, because what happens? Well, the data tells you, statistics tell you. Oh, it just blew up a freaking subway. So many people died while screaming whatever they scream. And here we are. Could you have prevented it? Well, yeah. Don't allow people like that to enter the country. I'm not saying that every single immigrant is like that, but you don't know now, do you? Without background checks, screening, checking everything and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes even that slips through. So I would say, depending on what country you come from, you might want to keep an eye on the guy. And that's not racism. It's the reality that is driven from data analysis.
Fucking people.
So BBC spokesman said,
BBC.
As immigration continues to be a primary concern,
you could call it a BBC spokesman. Let's just call it for what it is, the propagandist.
People in the UK. It has been for decades. Question Time held a special episode in Dover with panelists from across the political spectrum and a local audience with a range of views and experience. Over 20 audience members asked questions and contributed to the debate, including 2 people with direct experience of the asylum system in the UK who've been granted refugee status. All of the political parties represented on the panel were informed about the former asylum seekers' participation on Wednesday, the day before the show. It's a stitch up, mate. Obviously.
Yeah.
What a clown show. So, Reform have apparently lodged like an official complaint to the BBC.
Good.
So, I mean, that's it. That's the story. I mean,
I'm not sure that an official complaint is going to do anything. But the reality is that the government should get involved because a law was broken. So when a law is broken, it's the government that needs to take care of it.
It's just beyond parody. Illegal immigrants, no foreigner should have the franchise. No foreigner should be able to vote. Therefore, no foreigner, and certainly
no foreigner should be able to vote. Yes, unless they naturalize, like me. I naturalized. I did the U.S. citizenship test. I did everything. And so once I do become officially a U.S. citizen, then I should be allowed to vote. So I don't know if he means it. If he means it like completely, then I disagree with you. If someone does go through the entire process and they have roots in this country, then in a country, then they should be allowed to vote. But beyond that, yeah, no other foreigner should be allowed to vote. Absolutely. Only citizen.
Unequivocally, absolutely. No bloody illegal immigrant should be sat there on Question Time.
Of course.
Adding to discourse about immigration.
Of course. He's right. He's right.
Is there any depth to which the BBC won't stoop?
Very good question.
I don't think so.
Unbelievable. So guys, if you hated the BBC before, There you go. They get what they deserve, but it's not enough. The BBC got what they deserve. At least that's what Asmongold is saying. But you know what? You know that have been hating on the BBC profusely for many, many years. I'm curious. What happened? What happened? Oh, I love it. I love it already. I love the title. I love everything about it. Let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. BBC cancels Doctor Who off the air until 2031 because no producer wants it. The BBC...
Still 2031. Man, we're going to have colonies on the moon. Lunar colonies. Goodness gracious. Are we going to get GTA 6 before the next season of Doctor Who? I freaking love it.
Potentially struggling to find anyone willing to take over one
I wonder why.
of its most famous properties. Well, what happened with Doctor Who?
Well, what happened is that we already called this out 2 years.
Oh, wait. Sorry, straight white men. Doctor Who was never made for you. Oh, they deserve. Oh, they deserve. So you need to be a gay black woman, I guess, right? Because it's always the opposite. It was made, if it's not made for straight white men, it's made for gay black women. Am I correct? Or is this a wrong assessment? Is it? You motherfucker. Bro, I don't even care. I'm going to say it here and clip it. Inclusivity is about the exclusivity of the white, meaning excluding white straight Christian men. That's what DEI means.
Ago. So let's give it a bit of context,
Please.
And then I'll show Asman the disaster that's been the latest 2 seasons.
I love it.
Metro UK deleted their Twitter account after backlash to their Doctor Who article. Metro put out this article with the racist headline, "Sorry, straight white men, Doctor Who was never made for you."
Unbelievable.
Before people try to cancel Asman again for talking about something he has no idea about, Doctor Who, created in 1963, holds the record as the longest-running series in television history. It follows the adventures of the Doctor, a time-travelling alien. What sets the show apart is the Doctor's ability to regenerate into a new form when near death.
The one I remember was the one with the Northern English accent, by the way, because I didn't watch all of it, but I did watch one season of one of the more recent ones. Recent, sort of, like, I'm talking like, what, 15 years ago?
Resulting in 15 actors portraying the role since its inception. Even though the show always had some goofy special effects, what made Doctor Who great was that the show had soul. It wasn't just about looks. It was about good stories, big ideas, and interesting sci-fi adventures. And then the first female Doctor was announced, after 12 male Doctors, and the show saw its biggest decline ever. Now, you
Look at him! Hoo-hoo, what a day.
would hope that the show, at its lowest point ever, would go back to what made it great. Nope, they sold the show rights to Disney.
Yes, the Meep. I promise I can help him get
Oh my gosh, not Disney. Might as well sell your soul to that devil himself.
home and then you'll never see me again.
You're assuming he as a pronoun.
Oh no, Joe! Oh my gosh, no! Yes, yes. I will never. I'm so glad that it's failing. I'm so glad. Delete this shit. I don't want to have anything to do with it. So for future humans in 3026, when you watch this shit and you think, oh my gosh, humans in 2026 was so cringe. Not me. I was against this shit. Remember it.
I promise I can help him get home and then you'll never see me again.
You're assuming he as a pronoun.
Yes, we know.
We know everything.
And you know nothing. It's a shame you're not a woman anymore.
Something a male presenting Time Lord will never understand.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you destroy one of the most successful sci-fi series in history.
So that happened 2 years ago.
Reduced to the most
Incredible.
vandalized, subverted, and perverted of them all, Doctor Who. And what puts Doctor Who...
How do these damn cultists... But before we continue, let's have a word from today's sponsor. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their platforms could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of up to $1,000. How do they? It's the money they have. How do they have these infinite budgets that they don't care? They spread these evil messages, whether they, them, or the children need to see it. The young adults need to see it. Young women need to see it. Everyone needs to see it. You want to play a game? You're gonna get this. You're gonna get preached. And how? I really don't know how they do it, because they must have infinite money glitches, because they lose money, but they don't care. They keep doing it. Everyone needs to be exposed. Oh, you want to play Dragon Age? Well, here it is. Get the whole section of 25 minutes. Oh gosh. It's them. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm misgendered.
Below the rest, well, unlike the others, the brain trust at the BBC decided to retcon the entire history of the show, replacing the first Doctor, played by the legendary William Hartnell, with a little
I'm gonna need something a little stronger than a freaking Mountain Dew.
black girl.
Okay. I gotta use the bathroom.
Please.
Actor Jinx Monsoon from season 14 said, "Who gives a f what bigots think? For every transphobic, racist, bigoted Doctor Who fan that we lose this season, there are going to be 3 to 5 new fans who are coming in for the representation."
It's not true. Like, it's not true. It's a very small minority of very loud clowns that belong to this the cult with this. That's what it is. And so, yeah, no, everyone hates it. Everyone hates this shit. Everyone with a brain hates this shit. We don't want to hear it. Even the most, oh no, I'm so open-minded, I'm all pro, like, yeah, support minorities and shit, but then when you start your game and the game starts to preach the whole thee, thou, they, them, you're like, oh no, I'm gonna skip it, come on, skip it. That's how it is, you know it.
Henry, get away from him. Them.
What?
I'm them.
You're who?
Nice to see you again, kiddo.
You know each other.
That's my daddy.
The average person at Walmart thinks things about that person that I can't repeat. The average person in China thinks things about that person that might even get them banned on Twitter.
Which admittedly is better than what the show's star said Shooty Gatwa. Don't watch, turn off the TV, go out, touch grass.
Apparently.
Follow up a season with the worst ratings in the show's
Yes, you're my people. You are my people.
History with the season with the worst ratings in the show's history.
It's legendary.
You showed them conservatives now.
But the thing that amazes me about all of this is that the BBC actually expected anything different. I mean, how completely fucking out of touch do you have to be to think that you can spend years belittling, insulting, and lecturing the very people who watch your show and expect them to keep coming back for more?
He was depicted as a wheelchair user with a disfigured face.
Along with the Daleks, Davros is the most iconic Doctor Who villain, with his first appearance in 1975.
But on set today, Davros is looking quite different.
And there's a problem with the Davros of old in that he's a wheelchair user who is evil. I had problems with that, and a lot of us on the production...
Why? I mean, is that impossible? Can you not have someone in a wheel? I mean, then again, is that impossible? Literally, here's my question. If before he offed himself, if they managed to shoot Adolf, the Austrian painter, in the knees, and then he survived, and he was in a wheelchair, would that make him good? Think about it. Think about it. Benito Mussolini, they shot him in the chest. What if they shot him in the knees? In the knee? What if he took an arrow to the knee?
Team had the problems with that of associating disability with evil.
No one is doing that, you absolute clown. I'm thinking, wow, this guy is evil. Full stop. Period. Next sentence. Hey, he's in a wheelchair. How are you making that association? No, the only association that people like you make is white equals evil, straight equals evil, Christian equals evil, traditional man equals evil, values of core family equals evil. You are the ones. Because this is all this is. It's projection. Sorry, I'm Italian, guys. What do you want? You're like, Metatron, calm down. Yeah, good luck. Wrong spawn. Spawning section.
So we made the choice to bring back Davros, and without the wheelchair or his support unit, which functions as a wheelchair, I thought it was absolutely vital to do this. And I'm
vital.
Very, very, very proud of the fact that we have.
Are you kidding me? This is what these people do. Doctor Who boss Russell Davies warns audiences that X is a hate site for fandom.
Oh, instead Blue Sky. That's where you want to go for peace, love, understanding, tolerance. Am I right? Am I right, boys? Come on, give it to me.
I'm so tired of activists. People are awful. They're parasites. They will drive this shit into the ground. They have infinite money and support. They don't have infinite money. And how do you know that? It's because the show's getting canceled. Their entire ideology is dying. And in every
I love it.
single instance where we win, we're able to delegitimize and destroy these people's careers.
We're gonna win!
It becomes more powerful, more inevitable, and more effective.
Fuck 'em.
GG. I agree. Wonderful. Man, what a mic drop. I loved the little thing at the end from the editor. I swear, if I lived in Texas, I would be like, Asmongold, me, you, and the editors, let's go. Let's go to the restaurant. Let's drink a beer, brother, because I freaking love it. Anyways, what a day, BBC motherfuckers.
If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth.